Movies opening this weekend. We got Mama and The Last Stand. Looks pretty dry.
It is very dry, especially for those that are watching us today, Travis, that are thinking, I want to take my wife out to a movie tonight, and what is out there brand new I can take her to? And the answer would be not very much. At least that would be my opinion. We'll mention these real quick, but I would remind people that The Impossible that we talked about last week has some possibilities for a date night. So does Lincoln, so does Hobbit. There's still some movies out, but this week I think a little dry. Okay, about Mama, unpack that. PG-13, yes, but essentially, we've got this couple who become instant parents. We find out that his nieces have been living in a cabin for 5 years by themselves and somehow survived. And we're talking really young at the beginning of 5 years. I mean, like one's 2 and one's probably 5-ish or so. Weird. So obviously something has happened for them to survive on their own. And the girls believe they've had this mysterious guardian that they call Mama who's been protecting them. And is that true, or some rational explanation? Well, there's not really any rational explanation. And I felt the film was pretty cheesy, even from an entertainment point of view. And its worldview is way off the Christian charts, if you will. Mm-hmm. Lots of language as well. So I was not a big fan. And then on the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Last Stand, let's just say that this R-rated film kind of falls in the middle of our territory. Fortunately, no sex scenes, but about everything else that makes it R. Very violent, lots of language. On the positive side, it's pretty pro-law enforcement. Not worth wading through, I don't think.
Well, and you mentioned some movies still out in the theaters that might be worth looking at, like Lincoln, The Impossible. But what about, I don't want to spend that kind of money. Anything you could suggest to put in my Netflix queue?
Yeah, I actually brought my little list that I keep on my computer.
Nice.
I put an article last year. I called it A Few of My Favorite Things, and I listed about 30 titles of films that were generally family friendly. Now, we've had a few people email us and say, not quite as family friendly as you might remember, Bob, but hey, I know some of these. But I think I'll talk 6 or 7 of them today. I think all of them are pretty good. Rocky Balboa, The Queen, Secretariat, Soul Surfer, The Ultimate Gift, War Horse, and one of my very favorite of all time, which I still think is a good date night, not just for your kids, Up. And most probably seen it, but it's one of those that you can see again and again, I think. Up.
Yeah, so that's true. Up is a good date movie because you got that love story running through the whole thing.
Ooh, and movies that bring tears to my eyes often are some of those that I remember the most for years and years. And I have to admit, seeing the Up for the very first time, the tears were just running down my face, and especially in that early segment. No dialogue, but we just get this expanse of life that the old man that lives in the house that's carried off by the balloons, that he and his wife experience, and including infertility. They deal with that in a very sensitive way, and I'm just going,
Anyway. Yeah, it's a for real tearjerker. It really is. Well, all the movie reviews, music, movie, video games, the whole 9 yards at PluggedIn.com. You guys have great mobile apps, and yeah, just appreciate it.